Hey, I'm Carlos Garcia, and today we're going to review the new Wild Turkey Masters Keep Beacon Blind versus the Russell's Reserve 15, the Single Rickhouse Camp Nelson F, Single Rickhouse Camp Nelson F, and the Wild Turkey Rare Breed Barrel Proof Non-Chill Filter that you get at airports. So since I showed the other two bottles, I might as well show this is the Russell's 15. There's not too much left of that. So the giveaway probably be 1 ounce for this because I do want, this was my winner of best bourbon of 2024 for me. So I want to compare this to the winner of 2025. So I got to have a little bit for that, but I'll still do a giveaway of that. And then this is the brand new Wild Turkey Masters Keep Beacon that just came out 2025, and it is the highest proof one at 118 proof. It's actually the highest proof out of all 4 of these, but it's the highest proof Wild Turkey Masters Keep. It's a blend of 10-year-old and 16-year-old bourbon. This is supposedly the last one for at least a while. SLB did a very similar blind the other day, so I didn't steal their idea. This is what I was going to do, but they just beat me to it. But it's funny because they actually talked about me in that video twice. And I was like, oh, but I wanted to get this out first. But, you know, it is what it is. I can't be first ever. Hey, let me interrupt real quick. So Friday's video with the hashtag Canada apparently messed up the whole comment section. So if you go back to Friday's episode on the Elkwood, the top 4 for August, part 2, you go in there, put in the comments hashtag Elkwood if you want to enter into that giveaway. So I'll leave that open for another 3 days. So close out the same as today's episode. Also, today's episode's the 100th episode, and I forgot to mention that because dummy. So enjoy today's Wild Turkey Wednesday. Okay, so let's do a giveaway. And this is a good one. This is for the Calumet. So I think we were going to do 1 ounce of the 17, 18, and 2 ounces of the 15, the rest of the bottle of the 16. Yeah, I'm like trying to remember off the top of my head. 56 entrants, so back to, you know, a good amount of people. Not the, sound. Let me get the sound off. And it's almost about to say the winner. Pale Rider 2. Pretty sure it's a new winner. So Pale Rider 2. If you see this, email's in the description. Send me an email. I'll get you out those samples. Alright, I've been looking forward to this one. So we'll see how it goes. I got this bottle a couple days ago. I took out 2 ounce samples for the giveaway. It's actually right here. So little air in there, so it's not a fresh crack. Oh God, my phone's. All right, let's get into nose of A. All right, so that has a decent amount of complexity to it. Oak, cherry, funky, sour. So that Wild Turkey funk sour note that, for me, that's what is an identifier for Wild Turkey products. Some slight permanent black marker. And some slight nuttiness. The nuttiness actually got a little bit more stronger towards the end, but pretty good nose. Complex. I wouldn't say it's my favorite nose, but it was decent. So let's go to B on the nose. Okay, so B on the nose is similar to A, but it's more of that permanent black marker. Yeah, going back and forth between A and B. A is a little bit more sour. B is more permanent black marker. All right, so let's go to C. C's nose is amazing. So a lot of red Jolly Rancher, cherry, oak, vanilla, sweetness. It's very bright in your face. Very red candy forward. I like that. Definitely my favorite nose so far. Okay, let's go to D. Okay, so D is going back to more of the A and B noses. I'm not getting the black permanent marker that much though. It's more of the oak, cherry, peanut, a A little bit of that sour funkiness. All right, so that sounds good to see, for sure. Okay, so let's go to the palates. All right, so first sip. Oh, also, I actually put my mic on this time, so the volume should be better. So, oak, cherry, slight marker, nutty, funky, sour. Everything on the nose came right back on the palate, which 50-50 chance that usually happens for me, but 100% of the notes carried over. On the finish, some cherry, some marshmallow, and some nuttiness. Overall, pretty decent. It is enjoyable. It doesn't wow me, and I think some of those notes kind of bring it down a little bit, like the marker note, the funky sour note. When that's like too intense, it's a little off-putting. Okay, so on the palate, I got a little bit more marker, so I cross off the slight marker and just left it as permanent black marker. The finish kind of gets rid of the marker note and is just wonderful. The finish is really good on this. And I got a little bit more vanilla this time with the finish. The marker note though, hopefully it's not as strong on the third sip. Yeah, the marker note wasn't as intense. That finish though, so good. I really like that finish on A. Okay, let's go to B. Man, A and B are very similar to me. So it's a lot of the same notes. Oak, cherry, nutty, marker again, funky, sour. The finish though, we're on A, got like really good. B was kind of the same stuff. I wrote darker vanilla marker. So that marker note where it wasn't there on the finish on A is there again on B. It is there on B. Whew. So that's not good. So let's go second sip. I mean, it's not bad. There's some really nice cherry on the palate. A little bit more nuttiness on the finish. The finish again is better than the palate, kind of like A. It's crazy how similar A and B is, but we're talking about the same distillery, so it's good though. I think I'm starting to like it more and more every sip. More of the same. What I was saying in my head, because A and B are very similar to me. It's like riding that roller coaster of flavors, because there is a good amount of complexity to both A and B, and you know it's not like huge fluctuations of flavors, but it's like kitty roller coaster, as I like to say. You know, you're getting a lot of different flavors, but you know they stand out. Good. I drink that. Let's go with C. I love C. C is so good. Just got another note. Let me write down real quick. Okay, so on the palate, like the first ones, the first two, all the notes from the nose carry over to the palate and to the finish. So the red Jolly Rancher, rich oak, cherry, vanilla, sweetness. I got some cinnamon on the finish. That's what I just wrote down. The proof gives a nice spice to it. Overall, that is phenomenal, especially compared to these first two. It doesn't have any of that permanent black marker note. You don't get really any of that funky sour note. It's just a really good bourbon. Second sip. Man, that is phenomenal. So I haven't had the Beacon yet. So this is the Beacon. If this is the Beacon, I'll be very happy because I have basically a whole bottle of it. Another sip of wonderfulness. I could sit here all day and just drink that. That's just so good. The notes that it has, it's not overly complex. If anything, some of those other ones have more notes. Not the best notes, that are the extra ones, but that red Jolly Rancher, you know, that cherry candy note, the rich oak, the vanilla and the sweetness, a little spice with it. It's all elevated and it's just so good. Be the Beacon, please. I will love a lot more of whatever you are. Okay, let's go to D. Interesting. So D is very different. It's a much more darker profile. I wrote darker, dark fruit, raisin notes definitely popped up. It's drying on the tongue, rich oak, barrel char, sweetness. It is a very good pour. I really like D as well, but it's different, right? So like C's sweet, vibrant, red Jolly Rancher. This is like the darker note, but elevated. Really good. On the finish, rich oak, marshmallow, lingers for days. All of these lingered decently. So we'll go back to B or D for a second sip, but definitely good. I could kind of see how this is gonna kind of go between C and D just based off of D's first sip. But man, that was also very good. This is gonna be tough between C and D because D is right up my alley. So I got some slight stewed fruits on the palate, more sweetness, red fruit, and vanilla on the finish. Definitely has a drying effect on the tongue, but not like overly where like I need to like go drink some water or anything. But you can definitely feel that sensation. It's a good problem to have, guys. A good problem to have. Third sip. Whew, that is good. So I wrote red fruit this time. And now this is the third sip. I almost wonder if coming off a C, because that's so red fruit forward, that this seemed darker on the first couple sips compared to C. All the proof points are very close, so I don't know exactly what order they're in. But I'll probably go this direction, when I go back and forth. I'll do this one before this one. And then this one before this one. Because basically, it's unless some drastic changes happen when I'm going back and forth, these two are the clear lead, pours. And these two are going to be shooting for third place. But these two are very, very good. So let me get some water. Let me air it out a little bit more. And I'll be right back with some new notes and scores. All right, so that was a treat. At least these two were. Man, like I said, I was gonna go this way, this direction. I was just going back and forth between these two, and it was pulling hairs. Russell's Reserve 15-year is my highest scoring bourbon I've ever scored. Scored like a 3.85, I think, in the tournament last year. So, or 4.85 or something like that. It's the highest scoring thing on my spreadsheet. This is what I judge other bourbons against, right? This is right up there with it for me. Man, it was incredible. If you have the opportunity to, now this is not cheap. It's $300 MSRP. I wouldn't spend more than that on a secondary. Like, this is my favorite bottle ever. Not ever. I've had some George T. Stags that I really liked in the past. I just didn't like last year's George T. Stag. But this is one of my favorite bottles I've ever had. And I'm not going to spend secondary on a second bottle of it. But maybe I'll trade something for it. that will do. Anyway, so let's do a giveaway now. So if you want to win 2-ounce samples of all of these except for the Russell's 15, I'll do a 1-ounce sample of that. There's not too much of this, but that's fine. I'll do 2 ounces of that. Then it'll probably have like 2 ounces left anyways. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. We're getting close to 1,000 subscribers. And comment with the hashtag beacon for this little guy. All right, so let's get into some scores. In last place is the Camp Nelson F, and that's kind of disappointing because that's not a cheap bottle. Pretty sure this is like over $200 when it came out a couple years ago, last year, I forget. I've had two. They've come out with a couple different Camp Nelsons or single Rickhouses. And I think I've had like 2 over the years. It's not that good to me. To score under a 3 and knowing if, like, this is the cheapest one up here by far. This is like, $57 bottle. You can only buy it at airports. but these are all like multiple hundreds of dollars. So the fact that this ended up beating it is ridiculous. So anyways, 2.75 on the Camp Nelson F. The Wild Turkey Rare Breed non-chill filtered, airport exclusive, 1 liter bottle though. You get more whiskey. I scored this a 3. Again, the permanent black marker note on both of these is what kind of turned me off on these, but it was more prevalent on the Camp Nelson F, and that's why the Rare Breed non-chill filter won. And I've put this up against a lot of stuff over the years, and this is probably like my 5th, 6th bottle of this. Usually always like it. I don't know why it didn't do so well today, but still good. I'll pick up another one if I see it at an airport. So all right, so then it came down to these two, back and forth, and the new Wild Turkey Beacon. I don't know why I keep saying Beacon. I scored a 4.45. 4.45. And it's not really a new note, but when I was comparing back and forth, this is a darker profile and this is a sweeter profile. And I think a lot of people would tend to go more with the Russell's 15 just because of that sweeter profile. But I really love that profile on the Beacon. So I scored a 4.45, second place. So the Russell's Reserve 15, still my favorite bottle from Wild Turkey. Scored a 4.5, so it barely beat out the Beacon. Again, this is just a sweeter profile, but it's everything about the Russell Reserve 15 is just elevated. It's so good, so good. I'm getting down to the bottom of this on this bottle, so I might have to go find another one. Now I know there's a new Russell Reserve 13 this year that came out. I haven't seen it. I will see if I actually get it. I've had some Russell Reserves 13s in the past, and they never lived up to the hype of the Russell Reserve 15. This bottle was just sensational. Absolutely love it. Let me know what you guys think about this bottle. Have you guys seen the Beacon yet? Have you guys tried it? Definitely something, because $300. That's a lot above a lot of people's budgets, but if you see this at a bar, like a pour of this at a bar for, I don't know what they're gonna price this out at, but I'm gonna guess around like $70 to $100. I don't know. It's hard to say, because I always think it was like, well, if you're gonna pay $100 for 2 ounces, you basically would pay $300 for 6 ounces, and you can get a whole bottle. So we'll see. I don't know what the prices will be at bars, but if you see this for under $70, I think I would, and you don't want to buy a bottle, you want to try it, I'd definitely do it. But if I saw a bottle of this at MSRP, another one, I'd probably buy it. Like if I saw another bottle of the Russell's 15 at MSRP, if I had a chance to win this bottle at a lottery or some kind of thing like that, I would pick this over a lot of other bottles. I just have not had the opportunity to win another one of these bottles. But anyways, rambling. Don't do nothing stupid. And if you do, don't get caught. Bye.